America's confused. I've received many emails with many questions about the current state of events, so I decided to dedicate this video to the current state of events. Several viewers have asked, what is the current elector map and vote count? That's actually not that easy to answer because most media outlets have called several states for Joe Biden when those states are actually contested. President Trump is challenging the count in Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, and possibly more. We'll see. Those lawsuits have merit and are based on a large amount of factual evidence of voter fraud. They allege that Republican poll workers were kept separate from the count and not allowed to meaningfully observe and confirm the Trump votes actually went to Trump. They allege dead people voted, out-of-state residents voted in additional states, late ballots were counted, a failure to verify voters' identification, massive fraud in mail-in ballots, ballots were assigned to the wrong person, and the list goes on. We have not yet seen the Trump team target the Dominion voting software, but we can expect to see that happen in the very near future. Contrary to the media's narrative, Dominion software is intentionally porous and penetrable. Contrary to the media's narrative, the machines were connected to the internet. The main server for Dominion is overseas, some indicate in Germany and possibly involvement in Spain. So Americans sent our election information overseas to be counted. That's right, folks. We had a porous, very hackable election software platform send our election information overseas to tally the votes. Oh, and Dominion has ties to Venezuela. See why even just on the surface there are some questions about the integrity of the Dominion software. And that note from DHS, you know, the one from Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, where several officials said Dominion was fine and there was no problem. Interesting, that note also did not disclose that one of the officials who drafted that notice and signed off works for Dominion. It's effectively a note from Dominion saying Dominion is safe. Dominion is not safe, and it appears to intentionally not be safe. We're still waiting to see the specifics from the Trump team, but that information will come out. We also know that the Democrats are well aware of this information, were possibly aware of it before the election, or could have potentially orchestrated one of the most coordinated attempts to steal a presidential election in American history. Georgia is in the midst of its hand recount, which may be helpful, but has a high probability to just cause more confusion. We have the same leaders counting the same ballots, still excluding Republicans from the process, so I don't expect much fruit to come from the recount. The state needs to look at fraud, which the recount won't do. The best way to know if Democrats rigged the election is open transparency, evaluating the process and the ballots and allowing Republicans to scrutinize the count. Democrats are resisting that. Why? They don't want the ballots scrutinized, which likely means they have something to hide. Could it be for different reasons? Maybe, but they won't say. They keep playing pretend, calling Joe Biden president-elect, and ignoring the fact that there's a very real possibility Donald Trump will win in court. If you've watched any of my shows, you know I believe Donald Trump has the better case and is likely to prevail. At this moment in time, we don't know. We're waiting to see which states certify their votes. They all certify at different times, but most are the last week of November. There will be more litigation and most likely a challenge at the Supreme Court. So there you have it, clear as mud. Short answer, we're waiting to see, and it will probably take a couple weeks. My opinion? Donald Trump has a strong legal case. There's massive amount of evidence of voter fraud and statistical anomalies that indicate cheating. Stand by, there will likely be some really dirty secrets coming to light in the near future.